Hi, everybody. I'm Gloria Moraga. This is the Political Woman Podcast. FANI. She was angry. She was upset. She was wonderful. I'm Gloria Moraga, Political Woman. Welcome to the podcast. In this episode, I'm going to give you an update on the Trump Georgia election interference case. And what I'm planning to do is update all of the criminal cases and maybe the civil case as well in separate podcasts, short separate podcasts. It's just easier to manage that way because there's updates and new information on each case for criminal cases. Well, so this one is the Georgia election interference case, the massive RICO case. 2 days of hearings. First day, Special Prosecutor Wade takes the stand. Now, you know what's going on. What's happened is this hearing was on a motion to dismiss. One of the Trump co-defendants, and then Trump's lawyer joined in too. Trump joined in as well. Charges that Fulton County District Attorney FANI WILLIS was having a, quote, inappropriate relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. And the contention was that she hired him for financial reasons, that she was going to benefit by hiring him because he was her man and he would take her on trips and such. So he testified all one morning. Turns out, yes, they were having a relationship. Yes, I'm an idiot. I was saying, well, not necessarily. You didn't necessarily have to be having sex.
They did have a relationship.
You're going on trips together. That the relationship began after he started working for her. Which, I don't know, it's not good either way because she once said she wouldn't have relationships with people she worked with. She also contends that she's not his boss, that he's an independent contractor, that he's independent of her office. So I guess that makes it okay. I don't know. I'm not judging. I just know I love her tremendously, and I think she's way too smart to have done this to herself, but she apparently has. It doesn't disqualify her. I mean, even the best legal minds say that, but who knows? It's going to be up to the judge. So anyway, two-day hearing. First day, Wade's testifying. Then after he testifies, and he goes on and on about when they met, how many times they went out, how she paid her own way, how she likes to use cash, how she spent more money on him than he did on her, on and on and on. Then they're arguing whether or not the DA should testify. And her lawyer is there arguing, and the lawyer for the defendant is arguing, wants her to get on the stand. And then all of a sudden, boom, she appears. And here's my soundbite. I was actually recording, and I was describing Trump's lawyer, and was describing what was going on. It was going to be a TikTok video. And in she walks in a hot pink dress. And here's the sound from me and Willis walking in.
So right now, Trump's attorney, right there, is arguing that FANI WILLIS needs to be called. And here she is.
Hello, Ms. Willis.
Boom!
So,
She comes right in.
Ms. Cross, I don't know if you want to speak with Ms. Willis now. It's sounding like maybe they're withdrawing the objection to the motion.
I believe the motion to,
Or does Ms. Willis want to take the lead here?
we'll draft the motion to quash Ms. Willis based on the. I'm right there.
Okay, so the position of the
Willis
district attorney at this
comes
point is
in.
that she's no longer contesting the subpoena. Ms. Merchant is the next witness.
Here comes FANI!
I would ask,
All right, so she takes the freaking stand. And here's the thing. She's a really smart woman, but she was really angry. You could tell. And it's not good to be angry when you're trying to win an argument. It's best if you're calmer. It's best you get over it and then have the conversation. She was angry. She blew up now and then. I'll just read from some of the articles I've read, and I'll read from what I've written. Willis and Wade give riveting testimony detailing their relationship. So they did have a relationship. They testified on the first day of the hearing. They said that romantic relationship began in spring 2022 and ended in summer 2023, and that Willis repaid Wade in cash for trips they took to Belize, Aruba, and California. And there was this whole big thing about her paying in cash. And her dad came in the next day and testified that, oh yeah, she uses cash. Trump and co-defendants, including former White House aide Mike Roman, he's the one who started this, contend they have evidence the relationship started as early as 2019, which would have been prior to her hiring him. The defendants contend that Willis profited unethically from hiring Wade for the case and should be removed. Bradley testified he had no personal knowledge of when the relationship began. Now, Bradley is Nathan Wade's lawyer. He is Nathan Wade's divorce lawyer. And he was on the stand the second day for a long time. And they tried to get information out of him, and they couldn't get it. The defense lawyers seem to be inept, especially this Ashley Merchant, who represents Roman. She's way out of her league. She was asking questions of Roman, and it was like, he wasn't going to answer. She was asking questions of FANI Willis, and it's like, FANI Willis would say to her, well, be specific. What do you mean? It's just the same thing with Wade. She would ask Wade a question, and it's like, doesn't even know how to ask the question. So that was 2 days of hearings. Let me play a little sound clip from FANI Willis being angry about this Ashley Merchant, Mike Roman's attorney, questioning her about something. And here's what Willis had to say.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken with Mr. Wade.
No. Look. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So my question was, do you have any problem?
I object to you getting any personal records of mine.
And here's what else Willis had to say.
More precise question.
Yes, please, give me the time period.
Mr. Wade visited you at the place you laid your head.
When?
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth, Judge. And it is a lie. It is a lie.
Ms. Willis? Mr. Sena, thank you. We're going to take 5 minutes. Be back in 5.
And then the judge called for a recess to give everybody a time to cool off. All right, so Willis testified that Trump and his co-defendants are just trying to distract from the reason for the trial. As you heard her say, these people are on trial for trying to steal an election. I'm not on trial. And she's right. This is Trump at his best. This is what Trump does. This is all he really knows how to do, that and lie and try to market ugly shoes. Willis was on the stand all the first day, all in the afternoon, and then she didn't come back the second day. The second day, Nathan Wade's lawyer was on the stand, and FANI Willis's dad testified. The second day of testimony was all about Terrence Bradley. It was FANI Willis's dad in the morning, and then Terrence Bradley, former law partner, divorce lawyer, was on the stand, and same thing. They were asking him about the relationship between Willis, and he kept saying that would violate attorney-client privilege between him and Wade. So the judge is going to make a determination behind closed doors on Monday, this Monday, about some of these text messages. So Here's what happened late Friday. So late Friday, the Trump people filed a new court document, and it shows that Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, this is what they say, visited Fulton County District Attorney FANI WILLIS at her condo at least 35 times prior to when they claim their relationship began, according to, wait for it, according to an analysis of cell phone data compiled by an investigator working with former President Trump's legal team. This new document, filed Friday, raises questions about the veracity of Willis and Wade's testimony regarding the timeline of their relationship. Well, I just read through that document, and that's what it is. It's cell phone pinging in the area of Willis's condo. There's no proof that he was inside her condo or at her condo. I don't know. I know maybe I'm just being really naive again, because I always want to wish the best for people that I like. Trump and his co-defendants are attempting to get their historic election racketeering indictment tossed by disqualifying the district attorney's office. The judge is going to go through these records in a private hearing on Monday. So that's the latest. Is that enough for you? 2 days of testimony. After it wrapped up, the judge said, we're going to have closing arguments on this motion to dismiss soon. So it could happen next week. So then they will have the closing arguments. And then legal experts are saying the judge, he's very thoughtful. So he probably will not rule from the bench. In other words, they're going to do closing arguments. He's not going to say, oh, I'm convinced she's off the case, or I'm not convinced she stays on the case, whatever. That's not going to happen. But he's going to adjourn and then think about it, and then he'll make his decision later. So that's the update. Really, the big news out of all this, because there's no real news about Trump and all his illegalities, just like FANI WILLIS said, she's not on trial here, was that, yes, they did date. Yes, they did have a relationship. Yes, it didn't last very long. She paid her own way. She paid her way more than he paid for them. So she wasn't in it for the money. She didn't hire him for the money. She's also said at another time at the church that she couldn't get anybody to take that job, the special prosecutor job. Nobody wanted it. And that was why she asked him to do it. She, though, from what I gleaned out of all of it, she dumped him. He said the relationship was over in July. She said the relationship was over in August. So she says the way men think it was over in June, July. The way women think, we're more emotional. Emotionally, we had a long talk, and it was over in August. So they apparently stopped seeing each other in July. But then they had the big talk in August. Why am I going into this? Because that's what came out when she was talking. And she babbled a lot. She babbled about stuff because I think she was nervous. She's nervous, not used to being on the stand. She's used to asking questions. So very nerve-wracking. I was interviewed once, and I'm never used to being interviewed. And it was very uncomfortable because I'm used to asking the questions. That's it. That's the wrap for the Trump Fulton County case, the massive RICO case of election interference in Georgia. We're going to see how this shakes out. If the judge rules that she can't prosecute, they're going to have to find another prosecutor. And then some people are saying, well, the charges might be dismissed. I don't think that could happen. The charges are really strong, but I don't know. So the other case is the payoffs to a porn star case, the Jack Smith D.C. case, January 6th, overturned the election case, and then the case I think is the most important because it's involves spies, the Florida case, and there's new information on each one of these cases, but we won't cram it all in this one. This is Georgia. I'll try to post another one right away. And wow, FANI WILLIS, she made some mistakes. She shouldn't have had a relationship with this dude. And oh, the other thing that always gets me, I mean, I don't mean this to be sexist, I really don't. But why does it seem like the women are always so much better than the men? I mean, I'm thinking the whole time, after I listen to him on the stand all morning, and then she comes on, it's like, she's way too good for him. But maybe that's just, I mean, he's an attractive man. They make an attractive couple. But I think she dumped him. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. I hope you've enjoyed this trip into the soap opera that Trump has made of this very strong case of election interference in Georgia. Very strong case. Because we have the audio tape, Brad Raffensperger tape. We have all of these people that have implicated themselves and fake electors and on and on. Who knows? This case now might not even come through before the election. You know, meantime, Trump and his allies are making plans to fire all the civil servants that work for the federal government and put in their own cronies. And they're hiring people. They have a whole system of hiring people. And I'll get to that in another podcast. I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. Please subscribe. It's Friday night, February 23rd. And we might know something more about this case on Monday. I post every day on TikTok and YouTube. Please follow me there if you're wondering what's going on with these cases. Please subscribe. Be safe.